Now is Melly. She is live. We're talking about the Angelina County Airport. Some decisions being made, a special meeting held to talk about exactly what's expected for this. We're going to go now. Again, Melly Valencia joining us live. Can you give us some updates on what you're learning as the commissioners are coming together to talk about the airport?
Yeah, for sure, Hannah. So today the Angelina County Commissioners called the special meeting this morning. And basically what we're talking about is the Angelina County Airport runway extension project. Now this project in total without construction is going to cost $348,000. It is expected to take 5 or 6 months. And then once they're done with the extension, then it'll go through FAA approval after that. The total cost of everything, including appraisals, negotiation fees, survey work, will be $5.796 million. And this is all possible due to a grant that Congressman Pete Sessions gave the Angelina County Airport. That grant totaled $4.88 million, which the commissioners expect to get back after the project is said and done. So the next step for this project is an environmental assessment. And essentially the airport manager told me that they are seeing if the land is suitable for the runway extension project, which they hope to extend the runway by almost 2,000 feet. And so he says that he doesn't expect any issues to come about with that. And the project is being funded by the federal grant, so it doesn't affect local taxes, which is great. But yeah, the airport manager says that this will accommodate more jets coming through their runway, and therefore it can increase the economic growth in Lufkin, Diboll, Zavala, and Huntington. So in this video that I have for you, you get to hear from the county judge, Keith Wright, talking more about the numbers of this project. And then I also sat down with the airport manager.
Contract between Angelina County and Woolpert Incorporated for the environmental assessment for the Angelina County Airport. I sent you an email that I want to kind of go over where all of our costs are. As far as the environmental, the costs are about $347,000, round up $348,000. That's the environmental assessment. It'll take approximately 5 or 6 months depending on their schedule, but then you got to go through FAA review and approval, which adds some time to that. So what I've done, I put together the FAA and asked Tex.Aviation for a list of our estimated costs, and I just wanted, just for the record, to go over this. So we're looking at environmental assessment of $348,000. Design cost, and they wanted that broke down in two parts, 30% and 70%. So design cost about $265,000, 30% $80,000, 70% $185,000. And then on acquisition, to date we've purchased 7 properties for $2.531 million. We have 5 left of $2.557 million. All the properties have already been appraised. We have some miscellaneous costs for survey, $13,650, appraisal, $23,100. Then we had to do a review appraisal of everything, $8,400, and then the negotiation fees of $50,000. There was also, we had to do an IFE. It's a estimate cost for the environmental appraisal. That was $4,200. This does not include the construction costs or construction management. This is just what they asked for. But I've run some quick numbers based on an estimate that we had and what we've spent to date. We've spent, or it looks like we should spend, if we do all of this without the construction, $5.796 million. The grant's $4.88 million. And we would, based on that, we would actually be reimbursed most of our expenses so far, and our total cost will be around $430,000. Well, that's a little bit of a problem because we had to have a 10% match, so we got to pay $480,000, and that would come off in the difference there. Then you have the actual construction of the runway, and we're estimating that construction at about $3 million. They had some money included in their estimate for land acquisition, which we already have that taking place. And then they have some contingency built in. Then you have a little extra money for construction management from the engineers. So we're going to be 3.25, something like that, on the construction. Now we've asked for an earmark on the construction as well, and if we don't get that, we'll come back to the court for some type of financing to go ahead and finish the project. But this contract is for the actual environmental. We're receiving proposals at the end of this month, I guess this week, on the design from different consultants. So we should put together probably myself, Gary Letney, and then Mr. Jeffrey be on the review team to bring that back to the court. Any questions? What's y'all's pleasure?
I make a motion that we approve the contract between Angelina County and the Wolpert for the environmental assessment.
Second. Have a motion and a second from Commissioner Berry. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. I make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you.
All right.
So tell me a little bit about the Commissioner Court meeting today and what exactly were y'all trying to accomplish?
All right. We have been in pursuit of a runway extension, and to do that, we were in the middle of buying some properties and things like that, and moving along with that. And I believe out of the 12 properties that we had to buy, we've bought 7 of them. So there's 5 left. 2 of them didn't have houses on them, so I think we've bought 5 houses and 5 to go. But to get our grant money that was granted by an earmark from Congressman Sessions, we have to have an environmental done that it's suitable to extend that runway, and we believe there's no problems. We've never had any problems out there with environmental, so there's never been much there except farmland, so shouldn't be much of a problem.
Do you know the last time y'all had an environmental done?
We have had some environmentals done for building some hangars even in the last year. The last time we had one done for a runway extension was 2003.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's been a
A
while.
while, yeah.
So it's been a while, yeah.
What exactly do they look for whenever they go out and do these assessments?
They look for maybe, let's say, there was an old filling station out there, and so there's fuel tanks or something like that type of thing. Or is it gonna affect a creek or whatever? There happens to not be any creeks right there. On the end of a runway like that, the land we're buying really won't even have a runway on it. It'll just be the safety zone, and so it's just going to be, field really, with a fence around it probably.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Do you know the timeline of everything? Since we got the contract approved today, do you know the steps after this?
I believe that they're shooting for 5 months to finish the environmental. That should allow us to go ahead and buy those other 5 properties, and then we're hoping to see that runway completed in about 1.5 years after that. So 2 years total.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And then since this is a grant, taxpayers are not going to be affected with this, correct?
Well, it does come out of our federal taxes, but as far as local taxes, there's nothing that's going into that, into this portion of it, right?
Okay. Perfect. Well, Gary, those were all of my questions. Is there
All right.
anything else you would like to add on or just to say about the project?
No. It should get us into another level with jet size, and we're hoping to see bigger jets and more quantities and more hangars, and just keep this thing growing, which grows the economy, and not only in Lufkin and Diboll, even Zavala and Huntington. It's just a business draw, and it helps the local economy, actually, in the whole region.
Mm-hmm.